Crusaders, it is I, Tyrodin Reinhardt, and today I'm bringing to you something that has made me a little bit upset.
And that little bit upset has to do with the community and its response to the latest little comic that Blizzard has decided to drop for us, which is Reflections. I personally love the comic, I read it and it was amazing. It was very campy and it just reflected everything that the holidays is about, in my opinion. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a lot about family and a lot of stuff there about, coming together during the holidays and just being with each other. A lot of people have taken issue though with the somewhat controversial topic that has come out of the comic, which is the reveal that Tracer, aka Lena Oxton, has come out as the first official LGBT character within the world of Overwatch. Now, I believe that this controversy is completely unwarranted and is being stirred up by small-minded bigots in the community that are really kicking up something that shouldn't be made a massive issue about. Sexual preference aside, it's detracting from the main idea and the main principle to which the comic was put out in the first place, which is the message of family and unity and just being good to each other during the holiday period. I mean, Blizzard is under no obligation to release these comics, so it is something they do off their own backs for the enjoyment and the pleasure of the Overwatch community as it stands. I mean, this is just something that they've put out. I consider it an early Christmas present because it is. I love everything Overwatch, as we all do. We love the Overwatch world, we love the Overwatch community, and we just love hearing about Overwatch. It is our passion. It is everything that we look forward to now. I mean, I personally look forward to all of this because I love Overwatch, as you guys know. I'm a massive Overwatch fan.
Yeah, a little bit. That is right, a little bit of an Overwatch fan.
Little bit. But anyway, getting back onto issue, I think that this is such a nonsensical issue that people are making about it. I mean, yeah, okay, who gives a fuck if Lena Tracer is a lesbian or whether she's bisexual or pansexual or whatever the fuck sexual preference that she is. I mean, I don't understand why these small-minded bigots are making this such a huge controversial issue when it really doesn't have to be. I can sort of see arguments for and against. A lot of the forums today have just been bombarded with negative responses, positive responses, and indifferent responses. Personally, I'm within the positive responses category because I think it's amazing that there are like a diverse range of interesting heroes and characters within the Overwatch world. I mean, it serves only to flesh out the world even more. We get to know more personal, intimate details about our favorite heroes, and this just happens to be one of the first big tidbits of information that has been dropped about, Tracer specifically. I think that it bodes well for the future of Overwatch heroes to have such an intimate knowledge and understanding of our favorite heroes and our favorite mains within the Overwatch world. I mean, I personally would love to know more about Reinhardt. I'd love to know more about Torbjorn, which we did find out during this Reflections comic, which I'm so stoked for Torbjorn, man.
Well, what I get up to when I'm not at Overwatch is quite controversial.
It's not really. He has lots of kids. He's straight. Make a big deal out of it. No, don't do that. We don't want another fucking video of this. But no, honestly, I think it's such a positive and reinforcing and emboldening move for Blizzard because now, members of the Overwatch community, the LGBTQ members of the Overwatch community, and even the ones that aren't, can rally around a hero that is now, a source of inspiration, a very powerful role model, and is someone that people can look up to and be like, because there are people out there that love Tracer. They love to play her, they love her lore, and they love everything that she's about. She's charismatic, she's bubbly, she's loving, she's just one of the coolest characters of Overwatch. And it's just awesome to know that, the members of the LGBT community have a relatable character, they have a hero that they can identify with and that they can look up to. But anyway, so that's enough about that. Let's get back on with the comic itself. I absolutely loved it. I had this big stupid grin on my face from start to finish because I get like that when I read Overwatch stuff. I love Overwatch, and it was just awesome to see this drop, a few days before Christmas, and it just made me really, really happy. So thank you so much, Blizzard, for this early Christmas present. I absolutely loved it. The other thing with the comic that I absolutely adored is the fact that we got to see the rest of the Overwatch team in different situations. We got to see, you know, for example, Farah was sitting at dinner with, you know, a man. So maybe she was having Christmas tea with, you know, a gentleman caller perhaps. And then, you know, we could see Reinhardt, and he was sitting there singing all of these little tales and stories to the little children, which is confirmed now to be Torbjorn's children. And oh my god, man, it made me so happy to see that panel, and I had it tweeted at me all today from my Crusaders, and they were like, have you seen this, have you seen this? And dude, it just made me so happy to see, like, Grandpa Ryan just sitting there by a big Christmas tree, a nice big hearth as well with his best friend Torbjorn, and just enjoying the holiday season and reading to all those kids. I mean, holy shit, Torbjorn. Well, he's a dwarf, but apparently he's also a rabbit, so dwarf rabbit confirmed? Teddy? But no, it was awesome, and it really does, like I was saying before, you know, it fleshes out the world, it adds more depth and love to something that we all adore. But yeah, then, you know, seeing Anna and Jack spending the holidays together, I mean, you see a grumpy 76 says, what are we doing here? Reading this newspaper. And you just see Anna over there, she's just like looking up, she's like, oh, here we go, another Christmas period with Happy Jack, Holiday Jack. Shut up now. But yeah, no, I thought it was really cute. Another little shout out there was the Roadhog and Junkrat cruising out of Luna Park in Sydney. I was like, man, that's the other thing that I really loved about Blizzard with this newest holiday drop. You know, they had the Roadhog spray and the Junkrat spray entitled Winter, and it was them just sunbathing, you know, on two sun lounges, and it was just like, Blizzard really does love the oceanic community, and it was like, here you go guys, we know that it's not winter down there, because, you know, the southern hemisphere, it's fucking boiling here in Australia. So that's our Christmas period, it's just like, you know, barbecues, pavlova, family, seafood, you know, it's, that is an Aussie Christmas, you know? Whilst the rest of the northern hemisphere are having bloody, like a big, nice, warm hearth, you know, Christmas turkey, and, you know, it's fucking freezing up there. We are boiling our asses off here down in Australia. And, you know, it was just nice to see that Blizzard haven't forgotten about us, and they're like, here you go, man, here's some holiday cheer from us. Well, some other really cool panels there as well, like, for instance, there was one with Genji and Zenyatta, and you can see Zenyatta sort of in the background, and they're at the pole. You can see Genji just sitting there writing on what I would assume is like a tablet, or maybe he's doodling something, but it was really cool to see nonetheless, and it gave you a bit of an insight into, you know, how he spends the holiday period. I mean, he's got a quill in his hand, so I assume he's writing something on like a tablet. And then you sort of, there's another panel there with, you know, Hanzo, and Hanzo's at, I want to say he's at a party, but there's like a big bloody cake in front of him. It looks like a bit of a Christmassy cheesecake, and there's like a boy to the right of him. I don't know what they're trying to insinuate there. Maybe he's at a, like a homeless shelter and he's dishing it out, or maybe he's, I don't know. It's cool nonetheless to see Hanzo. There's another panel there with McCree and Sombra, which is really cool. I mean, McCree is crashed out at this pub with what looks to be a scotch or a tequila right next to him, and then you see Sombra in the distance, like, nonchalantly gives a fuck about nothing. She's just, you know, drinking. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. There's another panel with Mercy, and you can see that she's in some sort of tent, and she's reading a letter, and I think the insinuation is that she's reading the letter that Genji was doing from the previous panel. It's just a really cool little nod back to the history between the two characters, so I thought that was really cool. There's another panel there with Reaper, and you can just sort of see Reaper in the alleyway, and he's just watching a family. So I was like, maybe that's Reaper's family that has been... I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I sort of got the impression that he was watching over his family, and maybe that's his son and his former wife. But yeah, it was interesting to see nonetheless. My favorite one, however, was the last panel with Widowmaker, and it's really beautifully done. It's very scenic, and it's Widowmaker standing in front of a graveyard of a gentleman named Gerard LaCroix, and it's a very washed out image, and the only color there is the rose that Widowmaker is dropped on the grave, and I just thought, wow, we were finding a little bit more about Widowmaker and what she's had to go through, and I just thought it was really, really nice, because, you know, the holiday period isn't all fun and joy. For some, it's really tragic. And it's nice to see that they've taken the time to consider that there are people that, you know, suffer during this period, so it was really cool to see. Anyway, guys, so this is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's drastically different from anything I've done before, but I really did have a blast doing it. So if you like it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below. Bye, guys!